Yo, son, tell me how, right? I come home from work, you know what I'm saying? Like, you had a hard day at work. When you come home, home is supposed to be your sanctuary for the night. Son, I come home, I turn on my TV to the Wii channel, you know, women's entertainment, and this bitch wants to have her fucking wedding outside on a tornado watch. Are you retarded? Oh my lord. But anyway, speaking of retardation, son, Kashif, seriously, bro? How you wait mad long to upload a fucking Wi-Fi battle to your channel, son? Ain't that what the main shit on your channel is, man? How you wait to... Man, that's like been 2 weeks ever since you did that, son. You know you gotta hit him with like 2 or 3 of them motherfuckers now, man. What the hell's wrong with you? If you guys don't notice, I love making fun of myself for those new subscribers who think I'm absolutely crazy. Yeah, you're right. I am nuts. Anyway, let's start talking about the battle. Yo, I'm gonna bring in the ring with the Polytoad, but unfortunately I made the mistake of staying in and go for the Ice Beam. I thought, you know, I wasn't paying attention to the team preview as much as I should have, so I thought like I would have hit like a Latios or something like that would take super effective damage from a Ice type attack. Imagining that he will want to switch away from something that will take some effective damage from water type attacks like his Heatran. But anyway, in comes his Tentacruel to sponge all my hits, and I'm going to bring in the Ferrothorn because I know since he brought in the Tentacruel at some point, he's going to want to spin away all my entry hazards. So he does that, but unbeknownst to him until just a turn ago, I do have the Rocky Helmet, so he's going to take more than he initially anticipated. So I'm just going to keep the Leech Seed going, so to keep the idea of having Tentacruel take some damage every turn present. So now he's gonna go for the Skull to get the burn. He does it on the first try, which is alright. You know, I'm just gonna go for the Stealth Rock. So I'm gonna lock myself into a pattern so that when he wants to switch out into whatever he wants to switch out to, predicting me to go for the rocks again. After I anticipate him to rapid spin away the entry hazards as well as the Leech Seed again, I can Leech Seed whatever comes in. So that's why I'm doing it like that. Leech Seed, Stealth Rock, Leech Seed, Stealth Rock. See, there's a method to the madness. So now he's taking more damage with his Tentacruel. I'm happy about that. I'm going to go for Leech Seed now. And in the pattern that I did before, entailed that I did one for the Stealth Rock. So now he's going to think that I'm going to go for the Stealth Rocks again. And then take the time to switch out, get a free switch out into something that he could probably set up or force to switch out with Ferrothorn, which is predicted. And he goes out into his Lucario, which is great, but unfortunately I go for the Leech Seed, which is awesome. Boom. So now I'm afraid of this thing going for the, I haven't shown him my 4th move as of yet, so he doesn't know if I have like the Protect or something like that. I was afraid of him going for the Sword Stance. I actually should have stayed in one more turn, and that's what I was thinking of doing, because Close combat is way too obvious right off the bat. Usually players go for the Sword Stance, especially since it's a Ferrothorn. Ferrothorns are not known to have bulldoze unless you're like, you know, Trick Room Offensive or Choice Band or something like that. So to add insult to his injury, I do have enough speed investments to outspeed Lucario's. That's what I put in my Gliscor, my Jolly Gliscor. I didn't put the whole full 252 in the speed to get the speed up to 317. His speed is 308, just enough to outspeed Rotoms and what's this thing called? Lucarius. So now he's gonna switch out, right? And the great thing about it was that his Lucario was seated, so I could have substituted all day if he wanted to, you know, just keep on inflicting some damage onto me. So I know eventually he would want to switch out, so I kept on spamming substitute. That was the idea. And then now in comes his Latios, and then I'm like, alright. So I'm able to get off the Toxic, which is great. I could probably stall it out a little bit more. I was thinking about going for the Protect, but I didn't want him to switch out on the Protect because Protect would have been a little bit too obvious, I guess, in my opinion. I mean, I would have predicted the Protect and switched out into something to take full advantage of Gliscor being in play. That's what I would have done. I would have probably went out to Starmie or something like that, and maybe double switch to get a score kill on something else. That's the kind of way that I play. So now, in comes the Jolteon. It's gonna get the Elite Seeded, which is great. Boom, guys, keep remembering that I do not intentionally, I kind of forget some of these Pokemon names. Like, it's like what I do when I commentate is like I will see a battle, and then I will just like see all these damn animals fighting, and I wouldn't, you know, really remember what it is. Especially the fact that my opposition has the nicknames. I know nicknames are fun, but I don't nickname my guys just for that reason, because I tend to forget what the hell they are. You know, despite playing this game so damn much, just because of my other life. You know, what do you want me to do? So I'm gonna go for Elite Seed again. After he goes for the Heal Bell on a Jolteon, I didn't even address that when that shit happened. What the hell was that? That's crazy, but I guess it worked. I mean, he rid himself of the Toxic on this Latios, so that was nuts. Alright, great. So now he's gonna go for the Rapid Spin, and which is great for him. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to spin away my entry hazards. I predict that anyway, and go for the Stealth Rocks anyway, just in case he did happen to spin away the entry hazards. So in comes the Landorus. I'm thinking like, oh shit, I'm burned. He's gonna set up like a freaking a substitute. I'm not gonna be able to break it. He goes to the Rock Polish. Well, I have the Gyro Ball. Gyro Ball still doing mad damage. So now he's like +2, and I can't outspeed it with like Tornadoes or nothing like that because he did a Rock Polish. So that's a set that I haven't, you just don't see it. Like what? So what I'm gonna do, I noticed that it's Life Orb, so I know he's not gonna want to go for a Earthquake and or maybe a Stone Edge or something like that because he increases speed, not his power. So I'm just testing to see if he has Hidden Power Ice, which is great. Go on to Lucario, get some damage on him via the Extreme Speed as well as his own Life Orb, which will be more than enough to take it out. So that was the significance of bringing in the Gliscor and then afterwards bringing in the Lucario, because I wasn't sure if Extreme Speed right then and there would have killed the Landorus, and I would have actually had to sacrifice my Lucario in order to kill the Landorus, which is what I wouldn't want to do. So now he's gonna predict my switch out into Gliscor, which I just anticipated him not going for Dark Pulse or something like that with Shadow Ball if he had it. So now in comes the Heatran, and he said he's gonna have to sacrifice that. In my opinion, not really. I guess, I mean, you could have actually brought in the Latios. I mean, I'm not necessarily supposed to know that as of yet, but this guy has a recover on his Latios, so he could have actually brought that in, and it takes Ice Beams pretty well, I guess, coming from Starmie or something like that. So he could have brought that in, went for the recover, since I would have actually went for the Hydro Pump. So one Hydro Pump and then one Ice Beam wouldn't finish it off, while I am taking accumulated damage from the poison. So that's kind of what I would have done if I were you, and then if I knew I had recovered. Unfortunately, I'm gonna go for the Thunder, right? I'm gonna try something out. Since he's confused with the Confuse Ray, I didn't want him. I see the leftovers. He's not locked onto anything. So now I'm assuming that it's Calm Mind of some sort. So I wanted the Power Fusion on that thing. So now that I went for the Thunder, I predict him to switch and save his Latios for later on, because I do have the Ice Beam. I did show that. And I thought he was gonna go on to Jolteon as I died, because Jolteon takes, does super effective damage to the rest of my party. Seriously, so that's what I thought he did. So in comes the Politoed, and I realized it as soon as I clicked Politoed. I'm like, motherfucker, I should have actually went out to Tornadoes and hit that thing with the Specs Hurricane. That would have been an overkill right there. I don't even know. I was so mad at myself. You guys ever did that? Like a move, like as soon as you click the shit, it's like, no, cancel. Fuck, this ain't PO. Oh my gosh, I have to make the most of it, so I'm gonna go for the Parasol. He's at +1. Oh my lord, this is a nightmare. I didn't want my Politoed taking damage as of yet. What the hell is going on? So, like I said, I have to make the best of it. I want to get Lucario at +2 again, because +2 will destroy the rest of his team. That's what I want. His Parasol is at 1, and I'm gonna go for the Protect again, just to scout, I guess. And I thought that he was going to attack me. I mean, I really did, but he went for the Recover, which is smart. So and then he's gonna switch out now to save his Latios for later on, while I stay in as I get the double down on him and his Lucario. So there's a double down, assuming that I hit my Hydro Pump. And which is great, because that's actually what I wanted. I wanted a chance, an opportunity to bring in Lucario. I was so focused on Lucario, but I have to predict now what he would bring in. I'm thinking about Tornadoes, but unfortunately I do not do that. And I mean, unfortunately for him, I don't do that. So that's great that, I'm like, thank God he brought in the Jolteon. So here I thought that he was gonna go and do something else, like probably switch out into Latios or something like that. Assuming that I do have the Extreme Speed, I could Extreme Speed it right away, right? So that's what I thought he would initially do, since Latios takes the Extreme Speed better than the Jolteon does, and then that Jolteon would take care of both Gliscor and Tornadoes. I imagine that he would want to save his Jolteon for later on, especially if he knew himself that Stealth Rock is in play, as well as his own Jolteon being Life Form. So he makes a crazy ass play, switches right out into Jolteon on a +2 Lucario. I was mind blown by that shit, man. I was like, wow, son. You mean to tell me if I stayed in one for the extreme speed, I would have won like right then and there, because extreme speed kills off the Jolteon and the Specs Hurricane kills off the thing. All right, pause this, right? So what would you guys do here? So you know Lucario has like one attack left over, right? I can kill the thing off with the extreme speed. So I'm like, alright, let me go on to my Tornadus, right? Because I know he's going to want to save his Jolteon for later on, since it takes care of my Tornadus and it's faster. So I'm thinking that he's going to go on to his Latios to take the extreme speed, and then later on come back in with the Jolteon to finish off my Tornadus to claim good game for himself. Son, my man went for the Volt Switch. Do you know how badly I wanted to throw my DS somewhere, man? Oh my lord, what you doing? I was tight. Anyway, that was a great game, man. Holy shit, what the hell was that? Mind blown. Son, I'm not gonna leave you guys like that, man. Son, I gotta take my revenge. Son, I gotta be immature right now, son. Take out my anger on somebody else. That's what immature people do, son. So we got another battle. Like I said before in the beginning of the video, we got a double header. Alright, so this one is Latios, right? Oh shit, chain's coming out my pocket. Son, we got Latios, right? So I'm thinking this dude is like leftover, something like that. He's gonna go for the Stealth Rock. Perfect opportunity to go for the Stealth Rock. I'm actually surprised that I fucking lived that crunch. That is nuts. Whoa, that must be min ass damage, man. What the fuck was that? That was like some Super Saiyan shit right there, man. Latios living that. I'm just kidding. I got like 16. Don't even ask me. Anyway, he's gonna switch out, being locked on to Crunch, right? So I'm gonna go for the U-turn, which plays a huge significance later on in the game. You guys will see that later on. Just that one normal move that everybody does, you know. So I'm gonna go onto my Magnet Zone, and I was so close to going out to Volt Switch, because I knew if I was him, I would have did the same thing. So I thought I would have went for the Switch priority, knowing full well that I was slower since I'm Choice Specs, and I would assume that he's Choice Scarf, judging by the way that he just brought that thing in onto the Scissor. But it's like I was like, dang, I'm so happy that I'm able to take that thing out. So now almost nothing is really gonna stop the Scissor sweeping except for his own Scissor. So he locks himself onto Stealth Rock, being that in the first turn of the game I did lock this thing onto a Choice Specs. So now he's predicting me to finish off the what's this thing called, the Tyranitar. Like I keep saying, I'm forgetting the names of these guys. Tyranitar, in order to bring in the Scissor. So now I'm gonna take full advantage of Tyranitar being locked onto a move, set up my own entry hazards, and then bring the Scissor and try to get up for Swords Dance. So that's actually what I want to do. And he's gonna go onto Scissor himself, thinking that I'm gonna go for the U-turn or whatever like that. But I'm gonna take full advantage, right? Set up the Swords Dance, which scares him a little bit. He's like, holy shit, your Swords Dance? He's like, that makes no sense. Why are you Swords Dance U-turn? That catches everybody off guard, because see what that set does, it takes advantage of the player's, you know, natural aspect of want to keep stat boost. If you're like at +4, why the fuck would you want to switch out, you know? So that's kind of what it does. It's like the complete opposite. So everybody would assume that you would want to run a set that allows you to keep your stat boost, like hello. So yeah, so in comes Terrakion. I got a little bit overconfident. Wow, I can't say the fucking word. Overconfident. I got a little bit overconfident with the stat boost, I believe, and I completely forgot about the choice band and quick attack. I was like, yo, I got a good game right here and now. I'm about to win this whole shit, which is one bug, man. But I'll just put my place real quick. So I'm gonna go for the Ice Shard, thinking that he's locked on to the quick attack, and thinking that you know, he would have probably went out into his Latios. He predicts the Ice Shard and goes out into Tyranitar. So I'm gonna have to switch myself because he has choice specs with physical attacks, which is funny. So now he locks himself onto Stone Edge, and I'm gonna go out into Magnet Zone just to see what he did. And then when I go out into the Mets now, I'm gonna go for the Outrage, score a +1 with the Moxie, which is great. Scissor and Magnet Zone out of the way, so nothing's stopping Moxie Mets right here and now, son. Oh my god, everybody's dying, So he brings in his Landorus, right? And he's like, oh shit, he's adamant And I'm like, son, I'm sorry, I'm jolly. He took a chance there because he's also choice scarf. So unfortunately, it looks like I got that +2 right here. But I get confused a little bit too early, and thanks to my I don't have confidence, son. Just for some reason, my intuition's telling me to call a mess back, man. I'm like, nah, man. I know you're gonna smack yourself in confusion. I can't chance it right here now. Let me go for onto Mamoswine, and then afterwards probably go out into Haxorus and probably scare him off. Maybe I can get him or force him to switch out. He is choice banded, judging by the way the Stone Edge took out the Mamoswine, obviously. And then afterwards, a lot of people run choice scarf Haxorus and or maybe DD. So that's what he thought into switching out into his Latias. That I'll probably go for the Earthquake or something like that, being that Latias is faster than the Haxorus or something like that. So that's actually what he thought. So he switched out and then realized that he was faster all this time. He's like, holy shit, I could have stayed this whole fucking time. I was like, how you dumb? But anyway, in comes the mess, right? So I'm faster. I should be able to finish this thing off with a plus. Nothing outrage, but it's an outrage, man. I'm all over the place, but come on, it's like right there, son. I can do it. No, oh yes, you see that, man? So resonance right there on that Soul Eater shit. That's how we do it up in here, man. Now I feel better. I want something. All right, so my immaturity dissipated. So I'll see you guys later. Peace. What you doing, guys? I'm just kidding. Okay, it's all for fun. All right, guys. Bye. 何が起きても気分はヘロヘロカッパチャラヘチャラ胸がパチパチするほど騒ぐ元気が